Welcome back, everybody. My name is Taylor Martin. This is the best Damn EDC, and once again, I'm running behind for my Father's Day gift guide. But so are you, because you're watching this video, and we're 1 week away from Father's Day. So I wanted to make a list that would be good for someone like you, and also me, that waits till the last minute and can still get the things that are on the list, and hopefully in time for Father's Day. If not, it's your own fault, not mine, because you waited too long. We're both here in the same situation, but this is your fault, not mine. So with that said, this is my Father's Day gift guide. 10 ideas for EDC gifts for the father in your life. Let's do the damn thing. Item number 1 on this list comes from our very good friend, Ben Peterson. This is the Knafs Burrito Grande, and it is a knife roll. So this is cool for a number of reasons. You have these nice little hooks. These are the same hooks that come on Blue Ridge overland gear. I love these hooks. Just saying, unrelated, but just saying. So you open this up and you can hold 18 knives, give or take, as well as some other elastic loops down here for other gear. You got hook and loop up here to store some patches. This thing's awesome. And you have these hooks right here, these little grommets, which allow you to hang this if you want. And then when you're done, these little magnetic closures, keep it closed. It rolls over on itself, so you're keeping things from scratching other things, and you close it up. And then you can just cinch these down so it stays tight, hence Burrito. And yeah, that's all there is to really know about this. And it's in stock. They are $57. I think it's a great value for what it is, especially when you compare it to something like this, which I also like. I like these vault cases with these knife inserts. However, these take up a lot more space. They're heavier, bulkier, and way more expensive. I think these cases are $120 to $150. This is $57 and holds almost as many knives. This holds 23, this holds 18, give or take. So anyway, that is the Burrito Grande from Knafs. Check them out. The next item on this list is more of a collection of products from a company that I really like. And that company is Holme and Hadfield. They make all sorts of watch display cases, knife display cases, and I think now like bedside organizers. They're all kind of in the same vein, but they started making just a watch box, and that was kind of cool. But then they made this, which is the combo box. Unfortunately, this one isn't in stock because it's still on pre-order, and it was a Kickstarter. So that is like my one exception to the rule here, but this combo box is not really what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is anything from their product line. If your husband or father is a watch guy, get him the watch box. They have a weekender that has like 1 or 2 watch pegs on it. They have an armory, which will hold 7 knives. And then they also, all of them have drawers, which you can store additional gear in. These things are awesome. I really, really like them. I genuinely use one every single day for my watches. I put my watch in it, I grab a different watch, and you know, move on. The combo deck, the reason it's really cool is you can take these pegs out and put 4 knives in, or you can do 3 watches and 1 knife, or whatever suits your needs. It comes with additional pegs and you can customize it to your liking. And unlike all the others, it has a hinged lid, which is clutch. They range from about $50 for some of the smaller, like 1 and 2 peg watch boxes to $200 for the armory. But you know, there's a range of prices and selections for what you might want. This, I think, is the coolest one, but what I really want, and isn't made yet, is the armory with these customizable pegs, and that would be the best. Like 4 watches on the back, 3 knives in the front, and then a drawer. This is definitely the coolest and best looking way to display your gear, and if you only have a few things, this might be all you need. So anyway, check them out, Holme and Hadfield. So this next one, I told myself when I was planning this out that I wasn't gonna do like a product category and stick to individual products, but this is the exception to the rule, and I think that's okay because this category is so broad, and it's one of those items that there are really affordable options, there are some really expensive options if you want to splurge, but you can also, like, nobody's going to complain if they get a 2nd or 3rd or 4th or 5th of one of these, and that is precision screwdriver set. I would say these range from like $20 up to, I think, like $120 or $130. So there is a gamut here, and I have the spread, but the idea is something that can kind of handle just about any little small job. These 3 are going to be kind of the same deal. You have a bearing in the back, that allows this thing to spin freely so you can unscrew stuff very quickly. This is the new Knafs bit driver that has 3 bits that you can store in the handle. And so you just roll these O-rings back that hold the bits in place, and they're actually magnetized in there as well. So when you roll those O-rings, the bits don't fly out. That's smart. Thank you for that, Ben. Same thing with this one. This is from Combat Beads. You have 3 bits in the handle and you can store 1 in the driver itself. So you can store the bits you need, quickly swap stuff out. And this one doesn't really have a bearing. I think it does, but the magnets, yeah, there's a bearing there, but this doesn't really spin well, but it, you know, it works. This is actually my favorite driver, period. And then this is kind of in a category of its own. This is the Bit Bar Inline Max from Big Idea Design. And this one's cool because it uses Leatherman bits. You can swap those in and out. It works really well with the Leatherman ratchet driver, if you can ever buy one. And then you also have a T-handle and an offset T so that you can get way more torque than any of these if you need that. This one I think is the best in terms of like maximizing the amount of bits and compatibility and usability, functionality, I guess, into one little package. This is the best, but it's going to be one of the most expensive at like $120. This is the second for me because I just love this thing so much. But this is the best value, I think, out of, you know, the precision drivers, because it's, I think, $25. I have a bunch of drivers and I'm always happy when I get another one. So precision drivers number 3. All right, the next item is a little more niche, but definitely one of my favorite things I've come across in the entirety of this channel. And it probably sounds like a little bit of hyperbole. I might be overreacting, but I love these things. And these are the Glow Rhino Spark Fobs. I've talked about them before in the past, but they are just little tritium fobs. You attach them to things like keys. So I have one on my car fob so that if I were to lose this in the dark, I can still find it. I attach them to zipper pulls, camping gear. I keep one in my flashlight. So if I lose my flashlight, if I drop it in the dark while I'm camping, I can still find it. The main reason I use it on my flashlight is I hang it on a ridgeline when I'm in my hammock and I don't have to use a flashlight to find my flashlight, or, you know, like I can just find it. I know where it is because I can see this dim little glow. Do you have one on your like flashlight? They're bright, right? Like almost too bright when I'm camping because it's pitch black. There's no light pollution. And then this thing is just like, wow, that is a bright green light. But, you know, doesn't look like it right now. They come in 3 different colors, I believe: orange, green, and purple. They might have another color. Individually, they're $11.99 on Glow Rhino's website. They sell them as a 3-pack for $30, so a little bit of a discount. And then when they have them in stock, you can also get a 5-pack. Oh, I feel like I should mention really quickly that this is what I keep on my keys, like my actual keys, not my car fob, because it's a little bit bigger. They all have like glass breakers too, but I don't know how effective it is. The Ember is just a much bigger one and it's more expensive. So you have the Spark and the Ember. Tritium fob is the point. Get a tritium fob for your dad. All right, the next item on this list actually comes from the sponsor of today's video, and that is Quad Lock. If you've been watching the channel for the last, I don't know, 2 years or so, you're probably already familiar with Quad Lock, and you probably already know that I pretty much exclusively use the Quad Lock case on my phones, and that's plural. As soon as I got a new phone, I got another Quad Lock. And that's not just because I trust the drop protection. They are very protective cases, but also how adaptable and convenient they are to use. The Quad Lock system is like nothing else, and it's just so nice in so many different scenarios. The case itself is awesome. It now comes with a magnetic ring on the back that allows it to stick to ferrous surfaces, but Quad Lock also makes a slew of different accessories and mounts that you can attach your phone to, or that you can use to secure your phone to the things that you use every day, like their mag wireless charging car mount, a handlebar mount for your bicycle, which can also be upgraded with the charging head. And then Quad Lock also makes a phone ring / stand that you can use to hold onto your phone more securely. But the latest accessories from Quad Lock are arguably the best and some of the coolest things that they've done yet. My personal favorite being the mag battery pack, which sticks to the back of your phone and wirelessly charges it. It also has pass-through charging, so you can plug the battery in and it charges the battery and your phone at the same time. There's also the Mag Wallet, which is a slim card holder that magnetically snaps to the back of your phone case, and a folding tripod / selfie stick, which the phone can lock into in either horizontal or vertical position for taking stable videos, selfies, and all sorts of other stuff. This thing is going to come in handy for me, especially for shorts, stories, reels, all sorts of other content that I'm going to create, and so many other things like family stuff that's not even business related. I'm looking forward to being able to use the selfie stick tripod attachment. If you want to protect your phone with the most convenient and adaptable phone case on the market, hit the link in the description down below and check out everything that Quad Lock has to offer. And once again, I want to thank Quad Lock for sponsoring this video. They'd be on this list even if they weren't the sponsor of this video, because I really like their phone cases a lot. I swear by the cases, all the accessories make them so much nicer. I use this in all of my vehicles. I have one in my mini truck. I have one in my ZR2. I have one in the Excursion. I have one on my Super 73. I have mounts for this thing everywhere. I use their ring on the back of this all the time. Get your dad a quad lock case for his phone, and he'll thank you very much, I promise. All right, I'm gonna be real with you guys really quick. What I would love to have in this video is this item right here. I've been swearing by it. You guys have been blowing up Carry Commission and Blue Ridge overland gear. They will be in stock soon. We're keeping them stocked as fast as we can, but I can't include it on the list because you can't buy it right now. So Bum Bag is out, unfortunately, against my will. However, I didn't actually carry the Bum Bag a whole lot at Blade Show. Instead, I went with one of these, the most daddest thing I have in all of my gear, probably, and this is a belt pouch from Tuff Possum. I met Tuff Possum at Blue Ridge Overland, well, that's not true. I met Tuff Possum at Georgia Bushcraft earlier this year, and Jay Berry and his wife Bentley are very nice people. They're making really great gear, and they make all sorts of different pouches. So what I did was I attached this to my belt for Blade Show, and I stuffed things down in here that I didn't want to keep in my hands, that also just didn't fit in my pockets. Car keys, I had business cards, stickers, patches, little things that people had handed me, knives. I had all sorts of stuff stuffed in this little pouch, and it's awesome. If I were to make one change, Jay Berry, if you're listening, which I know you're watching this, I told you this was gonna be in the video, I'd love hook and loop on the inside, soft hook and loop, so that I could put a Skittle pouch inside and have one pocket inside to keep things separated. Because this is just a bag. There's nothing inside. It's a pouch with belt loops and then these little straps on the side, which I think are really just to help you zip. I have this down in there. It fits, but it's just sitting in there. Just to show you another example, in the camping video I did recently, I mentioned that I had a fishing kit in my truck, and that's actually this. And I had some people asking, what's in that fishing? What is the fishing kit? What's the rod and reel or whatever, the hand reel? So I have a cup from Zero Feud in here, and I keep in this just some things I can use. Oh, bird feather. A couple things I can use as, you know, fishing tools. I got some spare tackle in here, and then this. That's all that's in there. I could put more, and I probably will, but this is the X reel from Exotac, and it's just a hand reel. Cool little fishing kit. Takes up no space in the truck, and if I find myself in a situation where I could go fishing, I can just drop a hook in, which is really cool. You don't need a big old rod and reel, and this just mounts to your belt and you're off. This is the Tuff Possum belt pouch. It's really sick, and I got a lot of questions about it at Blade Show. You should definitely check it out. I'm going to be wearing this thing a lot more moving forward, honestly. So there you go. What's going to go in it? I don't know, but maybe I'll update you later. Tuff Possum belt pouch, buy one. Well, for your dad, but also for you if you want. And I get nothing for that. No affiliates with Tuff Possum or anything. I just think it's a really cool belt pouch. I've not talked about this in a very long time. Probably a couple of years, maybe. But these have stayed in rotation and use for the entire time. This is the WorkSharp Guided Field Sharpener. And you may be wondering why I'm not including their new big Precision Adjust Pro. And that's because it's not in stock. It will be, but it's not right now. And I think it's priced out of this list because I wanted to keep things, you know, under a certain amount of dollars. If you haven't seen these before, I've got two of them. I keep them in various places. So on this side, you have a coarse diamond grit, and on this side, you have a fine diamond grit with 20-degree guides. Then you have this ceramic rod. If you look here, you've got C, F, and a hook. This hook, if you rotate it up, you can sharpen fish hooks with that. It's got a little groove in there that you can sharpen with. Coarse, this is exactly what it sounds like. It's a more coarse ceramic, and then around the other side, it's a fine ceramic. And then on this side, you have a serrated sharpener, and there are guides for angles all over. So you have your 20-degree guide, and then you obviously would take a blade across the diamond plate, and then when you're stropping, because you have a strop with compound here, when you're stropping, you have the reverse guide. I use this in terms of sharpening more than just about anything, and it mainly boils down to the ceramic and the strop. That's really all I use. I've never really used the diamond plate recently, probably in the last year or two. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's got a little storage space on this side, on the coarse side. Under the other side, you have a wrench for taking off arrowheads. $35, and these things are awesome for just throwing down in a truck center console, bug out bag, toolbox, wherever. Pretty cool little kit, and for not a lot of money. In years past, I have praised the absolute crap out of the SOG power plant. It's still my daily multi-tool. I use it all the time. I love this thing. I wanted to mix it up. So I've never officially recommended on a video like this, Knipex pliers. It is Knipex or Knipex. The K is not silent, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, you've got a great trio of pliers right here. The Cobra pliers in 4-inch and 5-inch, and then these are the mini pliers with the smooth jaws and also a 5-inch. These things are great, and you might be wondering why you would pay $42 for a pair of these little mini pliers, and just watch a Project Farm video on Knipex quality. They almost always edge out every other brand. They are very, very good. Do you need something that nice in this size? Maybe not, but you can get a pair of pliers very similar to this, like channel locks from, you know, Lowe's with Craftsman or whatever. So I'm not necessarily saying you have to get Knipex, but if you want to like send a statement to your dad, get him some Knipex, small ones or big ones. I'd be happy with a big pair too. So I'm not, you know, saying only buy small, but in terms of EDC, this is like the gold standard of pliers if you're not talking about multi-tools like Leatherman. So not cheap, especially for very small pliers, but very, 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 very good quality. Next is over here, pants. I am currently wearing jeans. I normally wear jeans, very cheap jeans, but more recently I've been getting so-called EDC pants in the mail from Vertex, from Huckberry. These are the, I forgot the brand, Proof. And then the most recent is Off the Grid. I like all three of these a lot. I think if these Proof were the right length, I'd like them a little bit more, but they're also the most expensive. This pair of pants is $128, which is no small ask for a pair of pants. But all three of these have roughly the same features. They're stretchy. All of them are stretchy. These are way stretchier. But my absolute favorite out of these is probably gonna come down to Off the Grid. I think these are really great pants and they're the best price. They're $78, $72. The Vertex pants are $90, I believe, and then $128. So we'll talk about some features and we'll just start with these Vertex because you guys are probably most familiar with Vertex, I would imagine. You have these little flat bottoms to your slant pockets here, so your knife can sit down nicely at the bottom of your pocket. You got a zip pocket on the right side. Left side is just the main pocket here, but then you've got a tool pocket down below on the right side. And then around back, you have your main back pocket, and then this kind of like concealed pocket that's a little off to the side. Like you can put a wallet in there or a phone, and you're not really gonna be sitting on it, it's gonna be around to the side. On the left side, you got another tool pocket, you got that concealed pocket and the main pocket. But the other thing with Vertex is every single little tag like this is like a hidden stash, just for showing you this side is open. I'm assuming that would mean something like a lockpick or a handcuff key or something very small that you can still get to pretty easily but fits in that tag. And that is true of all of the tags on Vertex. So you've got this one inside, you got a tag here on the back, that's a pocket. You have a tag here, right in the crotch of the pants. That's also a pocket. So all of these little things have storage in them, but all of these also have the like pleated knees, gusseted crotches. They're very, very comfortable, very flexible. They're tapered. And we've got this Off the Grid pant, which is, I would say these two are the most similar because you've got this concealed pocket, the main pocket, but all of the pockets on these Off the Grid pants, the main two pockets are double layered where your knife would go so that you're not gonna thrash that quite as bad. It doesn't have all the concealed pockets that the Vertex pants have, like all those little tag pockets, but you got two tool pockets on the right side and you've got a zip pocket on the left side. It's really kind of the same deal with these Proof pants, but you don't have that concealed pocket around back, but you do have a tool pocket on both sides. And this one has a zip as well. So zip on the front, and then around the back side of your leg, you got the tool pocket that's a little bit different on this side, a zip in the right, main pocket. The fifth pocket technically is on your left side, which is a little weird. I think it would be a great idea to get your dad some new pants that might fit his carry a little more. My personal choice in this selection here would be these Off the Grid, and a very close second would be Vertex. There you go, pants. Pants. How many more times can I say pants? The last thing on this list is something I have gotten so many questions about. I don't remember exactly what the video was. I think it was 5 things that has changed in my EDC or something. I don't remember. 5 new items. And in the video, I was kind of pandering to all the people that are like, cover your keys in a video, man. It's not safe. Somebody can copy your keys. But like, realistically, if you figure out enough to know where my house is to use the key that you copy, you're probably just gonna go through a window rather than spend the time and effort copying a key. So anyway, the point is, I pulled my belt off and out of the belt came some duct tape and I covered my keys up. I was just kind of making fun of those people. That was lost on some of you. But anyway, I got so many questions about the belt. The belt is the Wazoo cash belt. So if you look here, it says Wazoo cash belt, made in the USA, patented. And yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. And the idea is that pretty much all of the length of this belt is a big pocket that you can put all sorts of stuff in. So they sell all sorts of goodies that go down in this, but I've stuffed it with one of their kits. Not everything from the kit, but most of the stuff. So this is some really strong cord. I cannot remember what they call it. I've got some zip ties, my duct tape, of course. I've got 2 fire starters. This is a water purification bag with some iodine tablets. You might be wondering why I have this in here every day. You will learn in the future, probably around the fall, why I have this in here. If you want to see somebody really use this belt to its like max capacity and for its like core function, survival and bushcraft and all of that, I highly suggest you check out my buddy Jason Sawyer, who has 2 YouTube channels that he works for. One is his, it's called On3, and then the other is Survival Dispatch. You also have the ability to take that off and then store some things down in here if you really want, but it's a lot harder to get something out there. So you have 2 little elastic straps, and then you can store something there. Like, I don't think I have one here, but one of their Viking whetstones you could put in there for a knife sharpener on the go, or this little mirror. That's pretty much it. This end's closed off, but I do have one more thing to mention, and that is a little bit of a teaser. We have a carry commission version of this belt coming. It's not special in any way other than it has a topo buckle with the ass on it. I've worn this belt almost daily for maybe about 3 or 4 months, and it's comfortable. You don't really notice. So you see it when the belt is off, that it's kind of bulky because you got stuff stored in there, but when it's on, you really don't feel any of that. All right, that's it. That's the whole guide. 10 items that I think are really awesome that your dad will love, or your husband, or whoever. Honestly, this list is for anybody, but you know, we're close to Father's Day, so it's for fathers, I guess. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Everything I talked about will be linked in the description down below. Some of them, not all of them, are affiliate links. If you purchase anything using those links, I might get a little bit of a kickback, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. And sometimes there's even a discount code included. So with that said, and until next time, carry on.